What's up you guys, Frankie here. This is the money resolution where we resolve to get good with money. And what better way to do that than talking about how to save money on your big purchases. And I'm not gonna give you any discount codes or tell you where to shop. Instead, I'm gonna talk about the best time of the year to make these big purchases. And no, it's not just as simple as Black Friday. In fact, in a lot of cases, it's not Black Friday. The order I'm gonna go in is mostly chronological, but with a few of these, of course, are different times of the year that are both good. And I'm gonna cover the gamut here in terms of size of these purchases, from your cell phones and laptops and televisions, to your appliances, your furniture, to even bigger purchases like engagement rings, your cars, and even a house. And be sure to stick around to the very end when I cover cars and televisions, because I bet that's what a lot of you people are here to see. And if you like this video and appreciate the research I put into this, please go ahead and hit the like button. That's like giving me a high five. But more importantly than that, drop a comment down below, even if just to say thanks. I really love to see the faces and the thumbnails down in the comments below. Tell me your favorite tip, ask a question, or even just say hello. And if you aren't subscribed, be sure you do so. I put out videos like this roughly once a week. Let's jump right into the best time of the year to make 12 big purchases. Let's start with plane tickets. So the best time to buy plane tickets is actually gonna be early December, late January, and early February. Early December because that's sort of the dead spot between the two holidays, that's Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's absolutely a great time to buy. And winter months in general are slower for airlines, so you're gonna see a lot of good deals end of January and early February. And a lot of people out there say, and I don't know if this is true, but the best day of the week to buy a plane ticket is Tuesday. And just for fun, the best day of the week to buy groceries I read is Wednesday, because science. Next up, we're gonna talk furniture. So these are things like sofas, dining room tables, that kind of thing. And the best time is actually January. And that's because you're gonna have a lot of inventory left over from the holidays that they need to move off the floor before all the new products tend to come in each year in February. So the month of January is an excellent time to look for furniture purchases. Another tip I saw out there was always be sure to inquire about the floor model, and maybe they have it in the back at this point. You might be able to save 10, 20, even up to 30% if you're willing to buy the floor model. Just be sure you do some extra inspecting. Super random tip about buying furniture is one thing I always do is I go through the exit at IKEA straight to the sort of clearance section, and you're gonna find a lot of really good deals, especially floor models from IKEA, over by the cash registers going through the exit. At least at my IKEA. Next up, we're gonna stick with the beginning of the year, and this is when a lot of people resolve to get fit. So because of New Year's resolutions, you're gonna see a lot of gyms out there competing for your business. January, February is the best time to join a gym. You're gonna see a lot of the best discounts. In most cases, for example, they're willing to waive that sign-up fee. Always be sure to ask for that. Be sure to shop around as well. January and February is also the best time to shop for new gym equipment. Things like weights can be very expensive. You know what I mean if you've ever shopped for those, as well as any bigger gym equipment, things like treadmills, a Peloton bike, etc. Now there is another great time to join a gym or buy gym equipment, and that is early summer, when again, a lot of people are trying to get fit for their vacation photos. Next up is mattresses. So mattresses can run you anywhere from $300 to a couple $1,000s, and it's the three big shopping 3-day weekends. It's a great time to shop for your mattresses. This is President's Day, Memorial Day, and Labor Day. And actually, President's Day for me is this Monday. It's a nice time to shop in general because you have an extra day to sleep, so you're gonna feel extra rested. I just made that part up. A lot has changed though, I will say, in terms of the mattress business ever since we started stuffing them into boxes and delivering them. So you are likely to find good deals on mattresses throughout the year, but historically speaking, the 3-day weekends have been great for shopping for a mattress. And I read a silly rumor out there on the internet that one of the reasons it's President's Day is because George Washington and Abe Lincoln were poor sleepers. Believe that if you will. I don't. I don't know if this is true necessarily, but I bet you this is also a great time to buy your sheets, your mattress toppers, and pillows. Okay, I'm filming this on a digital camera. That was my big purchase last year, and the best time to shop for these is actually March and April. And this has to do with when new models are coming out, and generally March and April is when new cameras get released. For example, I'm starting to hear rumors here in February about some cameras that are coming out in the next couple of months. And again, this is all about inventory, so stores are trying to move last year's models to make way for this year's models. For the rest of the year, one little tip I have is there are a lot of camera shops out there that rent. So you may want to ask them, similarly to floor models, if they're willing to sell one that they've been renting for a year or two if you're comfortable buying a used camera. Next up, I'm going to talk about the best time to buy laptops, and that's actually historically April. April is the end of the fiscal manufacturing year in Japan, and that is where a lot of the popular models are manufactured. So a lot of times you're going to be able to save up to 20% on last year's model. Therefore, inventory needs to be loaded off quickly to make way once again for the newer models. Next up is engagement rings, and hopefully not plural. The best time to shop for an engagement ring is actually the beginning of summer, but really any time of summer is good. And this is because this is the most popular time of the year for couples to get married. So you're not typically looking for a ring when you're planning a wedding, and a lot of the big jewelry companies know that. The time you should definitely avoid shopping for an engagement ring is actually Thanksgiving through Valentine's Day, because that stretch of 4 months or so are the most popular time of the year for people to propose. Because if you gotta buy them a gift anyway, you might as well kill two birds with one stone. That was so not romantic. So much talking. Next up is large appliances, and there's a few months here I found over research, so I'll just call them all out, which is May, September, and October. So manufacturers usually release their washers, dryers, and dishwashers in May. Thus, last year's models are going to be marked down so that they can make room on the sales floor. The one exception I actually found with large appliances was refrigerators. Those actually debut in the spring, so you'll want to shop for those around then. And that's because, once again, that's when the new models come out and they need to clear room on the sales floor to make room for the new models. Apparently, you can get some extra savings during Mother's Day and Memorial Day sales for refrigerators as well. Okay, this next one is a big purchase, probably your biggest purchase of your life, and that's gonna be when to buy a new house. Research shows the best time to buy a new house is the month of October. Purchases on houses in October tend to be 2.6% cheaper, according to some studies. And apparently October 8th is the best date, which was 10+% cheaper. There can't be anything to that. But generally speaking, the fall is a slow time for housing, as people don't want to settle into their new house in the wintertime. Also, some further research on this did show that August and December are also good months to shop for a house. So really anywhere from August to December, you probably can't go wrong. But again, the sweet spot is October. Next up, let's say you want to buy a new pool for that house. The best time to shop for a pool is early autumn. And that's because summer has ended, of course, and most people aren't going to be able to enjoy the pool, so there's going to be low demand during the autumn for pools. Only downside here, of course, is that you're going to have to wait 6 or 7 months, or 9 or 10 months if you live in Seattle, to enjoy that pool. Also, if you live in Seattle like I do and have a pool, why? All you need is a hot tub with cover, because it rains every day. Further, it's important to note that equipment, things like fencing or the thingies that clean the pool, are often going to be marked down at this time of year as well. You'll also get a discount on pool boys in autumn. That's definitely not a thing. What is a pool boy? So for cars, the best time to buy is December. You might have figured that out because I'm going in chronological order, whatever. New models arrive in September and October for next year, so they once again need to clear out last year's models to make room on the sales floor. So honestly, that means anytime really in Q4 is a great time to shop for a car, where you're gonna get the lowest prices on last year's models and the lowest rates as well. So in the month of December, studies have shown you're gonna save on average about 6% on last year's model. And since cars can be quite expensive, we're talking about savings that could be up to 4 figures. Plus, during December, they're often gonna have the largest inventory. I always thought it was crazy when people would gift a car, but maybe this was just strategic because they're saving money. Russell Wilson. Okay, so I also saw out there September is a good month, so end of third quarter discounts because of those new models coming in. So really, once again, it's any time from September to December is a great time to shop for a new car. But as I always recommend, buy used and pay full in cash. I had to throw that out there. That actually applies to just about everything on this list. And last, and maybe this one's obvious, is televisions. The best time to shop for a television is, of course, Black Friday. This is where you're gonna see TVs discounted as much as 50% off. It's crazy to see out there 4K 50-inch TVs are all the way down to $300-400 last year during Black Friday. And these are good brands as well. Another great time to shop for TVs actually just passed for me, which is the weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. So they know a lot of people out there are thinking about hosting playoff and Super Bowl parties, they're considering an upgrade, so they're gonna discount that to incentivize you to get out there and buy brand new. And if you don't wanna rush out there to the stores on Black Friday, that's totally okay. Cyber Monday and even Cyber Week is gonna continue to have great deals on TVs. So you might have noticed a theme by now. The key here is to really think about when the new models are coming in. That's the best time to shop last year's models. It's always good to peek during Black Friday for the thing that you're looking for. If nothing else, it's gonna be educational and give you a really good baseline of what you need to save. Okay, that was a lot. If you appreciated this, I actually do have several videos about how to save money while shopping, especially at Amazon and Costco. So I'll link one here and put a couple in the title cards at the end. Combine some of those savings tips with this video and voila, you have double savings. I mean, at that point, it's like practically free. Thank you once again, especially if you got to the very end. I super appreciate a like, a subscription, and more important than those things actually is a comment. I love to engage with people that are watching these videos. I do try to reply to every single comment. Also down below, I am going to link a couple of the articles I used to reference for this video. Thanks again for checking out this video. My name is Frankie, this is The Money Resolution, and as always, I will talk to you guys soon. Or now, if you click right here, or there. It's just the thing with the net that gets the leaves. There's gotta be a name for that, like right there. The pool cleaner. The pool cleaner.